Have you ever seen that movie Minority Report? It has Tom Cruise in it. I really wanted that leather jacket, by the way. Why I bring this up is to talk about the precogs. You know those people that just sat in a saltwater bath and they predicted the future? They were gonna predict when someone was gonna kill their wife or something like that. What if I told you that that technology existed today, right here, right now, for your business? I wanna introduce you to Workforce Analytics, or better yet, the tool that will predict what your employees will do before they even know about it, which is crazy when you think about it. Today, we're diving into what Workforce Analytics is and how it can transform your business. No magic or sexy leather jacket required. So in this video, you're gonna learn exactly how Workforce Analytics can reduce employee turnover, cut down unauthorized overtime, and even boost productivity without burning everyone out. And we'll break down the different types of analytics, how you can basically predict problems before they happen and even prescribe actions to fix them, which is super cool. Whether you're running a remote team or a traditional office team, by the end of this video, you'll know how to implement Workforce Analytics, leverage data, and make smarter decisions that actually move the needle. Let's dive in. So number one, what is Workforce Analytics? All right, well, let's get the jargon out of the way. Workforce Analytics is basically like having X-ray vision for your company. It uses data to help you understand what's really going on with your team. Think of it as like a superhero power you don't know you actually needed. And by the way, you do need this stuff. And trust me, if I can figure it out, anyone can. How are Workforce Analytics actually used? Well, listen, how you use that fancy X-ray vision, it's not just about tweaking old processes or adding more spreadsheets to your life, because who actually needs that? Here's what you can actually achieve. Number one, reduce employee turnover. Employee turnover, it feels really bad every single time it happens. But with analytics, you can actually figure out why people are leaving before they pack up their desks. Number two, limiting unauthorized overtime. Overtime can be that uninvited guest who won't leave the party. Workforce Analytics helps you spot and limit unauthorized overtime, saving your budget and, to be completely honest with you, your sanity. Number three is benchmarking performance metrics. It's like setting your personal best in a marathon, but for your business. Analytics can let you track and beat your own records. So you can essentially figure out who's doing the best at the thing and then figure out why they're doing it the best, and then hopefully teaching other people inside of the organization exactly that. Number four is optimizing labor costs. I once overpaid for a sandwich because I didn't actually check the price. Thank you very much, London, England. I did not want to pay 26 pounds for your stupid sandwich. Don't be like me. Use data actually to make sure you're not overspending on labor and doing something meaningful with the dollars that you're spending inside of your business. And number five is improving organizational agility. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that agility isn't just for yoga instructors. Analytics helps you pivot when the unexpected happens. And number six, there was a sixth one in this list that I didn't really recognize, managing compliance and risk. Legal issues are the adult version of getting called to the principal's office, and you want to be able to stay ahead of compliance with real-time data. I know for me, that's happened more than a few times, and you definitely want to be able to make sure that you are staying on top of all of your security issues. Now let's talk about the types of workforce analytics, because variety is the spice of life, right? Well, number one is reporting. This is the basics. You're capturing data to spot potential issues, kind of like noticing the weird noises your car makes before it actually breaks down. Number two is descriptive analytics. Here you're looking at trends and what they actually mean. It's like realizing you've ordered pizza every Friday for a month and questioning your life choices. Thank you very much, Pizza Tony in Montreal. It's the best pizza in the world, by the way. Number three is predictive analytics. Now we're actually getting fancy. You're using past data to predict future outcomes. Think of it as your business's crystal ball minus the hocus pocus, or again, the precogs, which I loved that movie, by the way. And then lastly is prescriptive analytics. This is the top shelf stuff. You're not just predicting the future, but you're actually prescribing actions to achieve specific goals. It's like having a GPS for your business decisions. Now you might be thinking to yourself, isn't this just the same as HR analytics? Great question. Well, they're like cousins. Workforce Analytics is the cooler one who travels the world and has interesting stories. It covers all aspects of your workforce, not just HR metrics. metrics. Here are some tangible benefits. Number one, make timely decisions. With the right data, you can act on small issues before they become big disasters. Number two, recruiting and engaging talent. Finding the right people and keeping them happy, it's like dating, but with less awkward small talk. Number three is improving productivity. Real-time metrics let you adjust on the fly. No more waiting for quarterly reports to tell you what went wrong 2 months ago. Number four is reducing costs. Who doesn't like saving money? I know I personally, that's my favorite thing to do in the world. Use analytics to actually keep labor costs in check without resorting to office bake sales, which you don't do inside of a remote team, which we have, but regardless, I don't know what the virtual version of an office bake sale would be, but I'd love to be able to find out. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, how do you actually implement workforce analytics, particularly inside of a remote team? Let's tackle the elephant in the Zoom room. Implementing this in a remote team, it's going to be relatively more difficult. There are a lot of advantages and disadvantages, but as someone who's been managing remote teams since before it was cool, here's how you do it. Number one, you want to be able to prioritize business goals. Know what you're aiming for. It's hard to score if you don't actually know where the goalposts are. Number two, identify key stakeholders. Get everyone on board early. It's like assembling the Avengers, but for your business. Number three, you need to be able to document data processes. Keep track of how you're actually collecting data. Trust me, sticky notes will not cut it, particularly in remote teams. Number four, you need to be able to identify necessary data sources. So focus on actionable data. More isn't always better. Just ask anyone who's ever tried to carry all their groceries in one trip. I do that quite a bit, and it usually results in complete and utter failure. Number five is integrate data across your different departments. So break down those silos. Unless you're storing grain, silos are not helpful. And number six, benchmarking. You need to be able to use reliable data sources to compare all of these different sources of information. It's like knowing the average marathon time before bragging about your 5-hour finish. Number seven, data governance. Respect privacy rules. Nobody likes the creepy guy at the party who listens in on conversations. Number eight, develop analytical skills. Make sure that your team can interpret the data. If I can learn to cook without actually burning the water, your team can learn analytics. Number nine, drive action using your insights to actually make changes inside of your work environment. Data without action is like a bike without pedals. It doesn't actually get you anywhere. I know the next thing that's probably in everyone's head right now, it's addressing skepticism. Listen, I get it. You might be skeptical. Isn't this just like spying on employees? Well, only if you use it wrong. Think of it more like a fitness tracker for your business. It helps everyone perform better. Plus, top performers love the recognition, and those who need help get support. Let me give you a quick story just to kind of give you the context of a real life example. We worked with a company struggling with project delays, and they felt like they were herding cats all day long. After actually implementing workforce analytics, they realized meetings were eating up 40% of their team's time. So they cut unnecessary meetings, hooray, and saw a 25% boost in overall productivity. Cats herded. All right. So if you're at this point in the video, I have to be honest, Time Doctor is a workforce analytics tool, and I am one of the co-founders of that particular company. So I'd be pretty hypocritical if I just sat here and told you it's the best tool on the market without actually showing you some of the other big players. So let's run through the top names in workforce analytics so you can decide what works best for your business. Time Doctor is, by the way, the best. You should probably get that. Probably all these other products suck. So first up is Workday. It's like the Swiss Army knife of workforce analytics. It's great for large enterprises. They integrate with HR and finance, and they give you real-time insights into employee performance and costs. If you've got a big, complex team, Workday can probably help you keep track of everything. Next, we've got ADP Workforce Now, known for payroll, but their workforce analytics are honestly pretty top-notch. It's perfect for compliance, time tracking, and labor cost management. And if you need a tool that covers your bases and keeps you legal, ADP is a strong option. Then there's Kronos, now UKG. They just got acquired, I think, like 2 or 3 years ago. This is ideal for industries that need tight scheduling like retail and healthcare. Kronos helps you optimize labor, minimize overtime, and track productivity down to the minute. Great if your business runs on shifts and time clocks. Visier is all about people analytics. It's your go-to if you're looking to predict things like employee turnover. Their predictive analytics give you insights on who might leave and when, so you can fix problems before they actually escalate. IBM Watson Talent Insights also uses AI to be able to analyze your workforce data. Watson can predict predict employee behavior and even analyze sentiment to see how your team is feeling. It's all like having an AI coach for your HR department helping you stay proactive. And finally, Cornerstone On Demand. It focuses on workforce development. They're all about tracking, learning, growth, and performance. If you're invested in upskilling your team and keeping them engaged long-term, Cornerstone is a solid choice. But in my opinion, they all suck in comparison to Time Doctor, but that's obviously a pretty biased perspective. Look, if I can figure this stuff out, and remember, I'm the guy who got lost in a building with one hallway in the previous Running Remote conference, if anyone was there, you can do this too, all right? Thanks for sticking around and not swiping to the next video of cats playing a harmonica or whatever you do on here. I'm not blaming anybody. But since you're still here, why don't you end up actually subscribing to this YouTube channel? It's free and will bring me joy and happiness. And also, if you have any questions about the actual workforce analytics industry, please put them down in the comments below. I'd love to be able to ask your opinion or get feedback because I want to be able to actually hear from you. I miss you. Next video. If you've gotten to this point in the video, I think you should probably subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's free, unlike most other things in life, and it would bring me happiness and joy. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.